BBNaija fans, please hold on to your remote control, because just when the housemates thought it was time to relax, Biggie, using Ebuka, delivered a twist they did not see coming. On day 56, after the Saturday night turn-up, Thelma Lawson and Bright Morgan were evicted in a surprise double eviction. The party high turned into a heartbreak heavy, and the house was left in disbelief, including myself. Like, I have been heartbroken. Now, today's episode is not just an eviction, it's a wake-up call. Guys, you need to see the shock on everybody's face. Amy's face, I almost burst into laughter, if not that it's nothing to laugh about. Shock. Faith, was it Faith? No, it was Coin's face. Everybody, Sultana, Isabella, they were practically shaking. And it's a wake-up call, because in BBNaija season 10, obviously nobody is safe. Not even your friends. And let's unpack what happened, how the house reacted, and why this moment changes the game. Because for me, I'm not trying to be biased or anything. The Bright has been involved in so many controversies, but I feel like Bright and Thelma are still making the house interesting. There's a few other people that I felt should have been evicted. This is my personal opinion. But anyway, let's go. So Thelma and Kaybobo were having a lovely time, a nice time. It looks like those two are already in a ship. They danced, they were laughing, there was intimacy, smooshing, kissing and all that. Bright Morgan, the same way, was enjoying himself with Mide, and we all know that Bright and Mide are an item. They are an item of the show. And then after the whole fun and enjoyment, I guess they were high, so much alcohol and all that, and out of nowhere, Ebuka came in. They were all jubilating and welcoming him. Me, I knew that this was trouble. And Ebuka sat down. He was, gisting with them, asking them questions, and they were asking him questions back. And then the first name he called was Thelma Lawson. The shock and the confusion, it was just out of this world. Even me watching, I was shocked, because ideally, at this point in time, we have I think over a week or so left, and there are still so many of them in the house. So I guess we would say that it's about time it happened. And then before we could even survive that shock of Thelma Lawson, because Mide was really sad. Mide and Thelma kind of seemed to be getting pretty close. And then the second was Bright Morgan. The minute I just heard Bright Morgan, I said, Mide is over. Mide was screaming, shouting. Two of her besties gone. One swoop. And this was not even done during the usual Sunday eviction, because, people like us were waiting for Sunday. But it happened Saturday night, seriously. Anyways, so apart from the fact that Kaybobo would have been stunned after enjoying himself with Thelma, Mide's breakdown was so visible and obvious. I saw comments like people saying, why is she crying as if she's a widow, as if she has a bereaved husband? There's talked about Bright having someone else is dating outside the house. All sorts. The funny one is Kola and Rude Boy refusing to believe that it is real. That that maybe it's just like the same way they did for Dede and Joanna. Can you remember with Rude Boy, where they kept them in one secret room for a few days? So it was really a shock to everyone. The timing, the eviction on Saturday is unusual, but not surprising, because they are just so much, just like I said. But the shift that happened has disrupted assumptions. And please know this, today being Sunday, there are going to be more evictions, definitely. And because of the emotional bonding, the lowered guards, housemates likely are now feeling unsafe, and it makes the shock deeper, because one moment everything feels normal and the next moment someone is gone. So with all these close relationships and ties, the evictions feel more personal to other housemates, and not just a name, but someone who had some presence with them. But the truth of the matter is that it was inevitable. We all knew that at some point this was going to happen. But they've stayed together for so long that it hits deeper. Now, it goes without saying that the housemates are shaking and they're going to be asking themselves this question. Am I next? Who will go next? It's all just going to be so much of shock today. And we're looking forward to seeing how that is going to pan out. So there's so much disbelief and, shift in power dynamics with Thelma and Bright gone. Definitely alliances are also going to change in the coming days, or let's just say from today. And now the competition is also going to intensify, because as the numbers drop, every mistake or vulnerability becomes exposed. Was this eviction unfair? Some fans say party mood gave false sense of safety. Some argue that the housemates were too relaxed. Others say this is exactly what makes 10-10 different. The shock, the twist, the unpredictability is part of the brand. But how will this affect viewer voting behavior? Sympathy votes, backlash, the emotional exit of Bright and Thelma might shift how people vote or root for survival. But here are the lessons I want you to take note of. Assumptions can kill strategy. It's not just about BBNaija. In life generally, over-assumption is a problem. Just because you feel safe doesn't mean you are. Now, another thing is you have to learn how to play every moment like it's your last. Every conversation, every party. And emotions also reveal truth. So out of joy or tears, you can see who exactly values what. This emotional eviction showed us how people's reaction. You understand what I mean? Anyway, just to wrap it up, if this eviction taught us anything, it's that in BBNaija, the game is still fluid. Nothing is guaranteed. Friendships are not, alliances are not guaranteed, not even one more night in the house, So, just tell me, what do you think? Was Thelma's eviction justified? Did Bright deserve to stay longer? Are these kinds of surprise evictions fair to the housemates? Just drop your thoughts in the comment section. I don't want to stretch this video too long. I want to hear your opinion, and definitely I'll respond. If you like this breakdown, hit that like button, share this video with fellow BBNaija lovers, and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget the bell so you don't miss the next twist and probably the eviction that's going to happen today, because this season is far from over. Stay tuned, stay watching. The Big Brother 10 house has more shockers coming, and do have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video.